Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We are documenting the journey of amazing business people and entrepreneurs such as Dayna O'Toole. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you.
Look at you. We have, I can't make this up, right? I mean, you are here on St. Patrick's Day with the last name of O'Toole. We can't deny you the props, man.
It's as O'Toole as it gets.
Exactly. Well, let's just figure out who's got an Irish last name, and then we'll just bring him in.
Perfect. It worked out.
And here you are. Well, great. You haven't come over here to the show, and you do several things.
Yeah. Bit of a jack of all trades.
You're kind of a jack of all trades, which is really cool. You're a loan officer, and now you were elevated to sales, but also you have another job.
I do. I host an infomercial show. It's the Coin Show Live with ESN Direct, and it's a late night coin show.
Is it late night? What do? You sell coins?
Yeah.
Online? And people buy this?
People do. People buy it more than you would believe. Like commemorative coins, collectible coins, presidential, all these different, it's so funny.
Who buys this crap?
I don't know, I'm not on the phones. I'm in front of the camera.
But are you going like, in this one?
Yeah, we do the close-ups and we show how shiny it is.
Who's buying this thing? I mean, I want to meet these people, please. I want to sell them something.
You want to sell them something?
Something in the midnight, for crying out loud. I mean, if you have an infomercial that's selling coins, shiny coins, which I don't know how much they're worth, God bless, but there's got to be something that.
It's a collector's thing, you know. You can collect anything. But there's just a large group of people that collect coins. You remember when the quarter program was going around with the different states on it?
Yes.
And everyone was collecting those?
Yes,
so
I remember that.
That's kind of when the hobby hit like the big boom and everybody was collecting coins. So.
And they had the little stage and the quarter and everything.
They had the
else.
big board that you could pop them into. Everyone had one of those.
And people actually bought some of these coins.
Yes, they did.
They were traded and stuff. Oh, this one is rare and I don't have it. And people actually paying more for a quarter than what it's actually worth.
We did a segment actually probably about 2 weeks ago, and it was selling all of the 50 state coins together.
Freaking way.
Yeah, and we were selling them all together. It was so funny that, but the phones were ringing off the hook, because I remember when the program started and everybody was kind of, searching their pockets and checking their coins for all the different states, but apparently people want to buy them in full sets.
You start in the business world. Did you start straight out in the loan business, or did you start in something else?
I was actually a waitress, and I was waiting on this table. And
what restaurant?
It was Marley's Sports Grill in Chandler. Yeah, I was at the one in Chandler. And the branch manager of this mortgage company comes in, and he offers me a job. And I was like, whatever. And
just like that.
Yeah, you should come and work for me. And so I was like, whatever. So I submitted my resume and I started working at the front desk.
Yeah.
And then I went from working at the front desk to doing some marketing stuff, to doing some behind the scenes processing and paperwork. And then recently I decided to jump over to the sales side with the new company that I'm with, Amerifrist.
Right. And so you are in Amerifrist, you jump on the web, but how do you take some kind of classes? Do you educate yourself? How do you make that jump? And I think that is important, because people that are watching this, they're going to go, all right, so how does she get that jump? How does she do it?
Well, you actually have to be on the sales side of it, you have to be licensed.
Okay.
So you go through I went through the School of Arizona Real Estate and Business.
Right.
And it's 20 hours of pre-licensing classes. And fortunately now, when I got my license, this wasn't the case, but now you only have to take one test. You used to have to take a national test and a state test. And now you only have to take the national. So it's one less test, one less cost.
Right.
It's really a great opportunity, because I've done the receptionist side and the marketing side, and this sales side is really where the fun part is, where the money is.
Very competitive.
Very competitive. But I enjoy it. I love it. Every loan is different, and every program we do is different, and it's kind of like putting a puzzle together, and then in the end you get to give someone a home. It's great.
What is the toughest part about what you do? Is it the putting it together? Is it the getting the client? Is it the marketing? What is it?
I would say that starting out, it is definitely getting the client and getting the business and meeting the realtors, but I'm fortunate enough that I work for a great company and I work on a great team, and it's, I have a lot of coaching and a lot of help with my company, trying to get me started and the jump start of getting that business.
And I was going to say, particularly in that field, you have to have a lot of education, a lot of people teaching you or coaching you or mentoring you, if you will, so that you become successful.
I'm sure you could do it on your own, but it definitely helps so much to have people that want to help you and want to watch you succeed. And that's where I'm very fortunate, because I've done a little bit of everything, that I'm known kind of around the office as the person that can help you do this and can figure this out. And someone has a question, they'll come to me and they'll ask me for help. And so now that I'm the one that needs the help, it's great to have, kind of put in the footwork to be able to get the help back now that I need it. And it's going great.
The idea sometimes is that, you wake up one day and everything is done for you.
That is not the case. I've never found that to be the case.
Exactly.
But it's a difficult start, but as long as you stick with it, like I have seen so many people who have started not knowing anything, and then, it takes some time. It's, a couple years, and then you have the business coming to you and you don't have to search for it anymore. And that's where I'm trying to get to.
And you have to be patient, right?
You do, and you can't lose the faith. You have to know that your hard work is going to pay off in the long run.
Which brings me to the question. I mean, I'm sure you've experienced failure. That is maybe the loan that you were counting on to pay the rent. It didn't close. It just, all those 2 or 3 different loans that you were counting on to do it. Drop out for a different reason. How do you handle that seemingly small failure or obstacle? How do you handle that?
I try my best to not take it personally, to, not think that it was something that, I did wrong, or, loans fall out for all different reasons, and things change and circumstances change, and you just have to move on to the next one. You can't dwell on it, because being upset about it is not going to pay your rent.
Right.
So you really just have to be on to the next sale, or do everything you can to try and fix the loan that fell through, and hopefully it can close next month.
Right.
If there was a loss of job or something like that, maybe you can get the person back on track.
You allow yourself just maybe a 3-minute or 5-minute.
Yeah, just to put your head down.
Put your head down, and go out there in a closed room and scream at the top of your lungs, and then come out and go, okay,
all right,
this is what I'm
going
to
do.
Back
to business.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So that's what you're doing right now. And so you're going from the restaurant business, you're going to the mortgage business, the loan business, and on the side you're doing this hosting for this coin.
Doing the coin show, yeah.
What when you talk about the coin show, you smile, and I think that's where your talents lie, right? I mean, being in front of the camera.
It's so much fun. I love it. It was such a random encounter that I met the producer of the show at a Halloween party. Believe it or not.
What was you dressed as?
I was dressed as a pirate, and
a witch or a pirate?
A pirate.
Okay.
And he was not in costume. He was just wearing a black shirt. And so I asked him, I said, "What's your costume?" And he said, I didn't dress up. And I was like, well, he had glasses on. And I was like, let's say you're a poet. Because he had a black shirt on and glasses. And I was like, let's just come up with something so you can tell people, so people aren't asking you all night. And, he thought I was quick on my feet and asked me if I wanted to come and audition for the show. So I've been doing that since November now.
And is there a future for you after the coin show at midnight, or at 1 o'clock in the morning, or at 2 o'clock in the morning?
I'm not sure.
Because I talk to a lot of people, and then that's kind of a little acting, being in front of the camera. It's a bug. It just catches you.
It's so much fun,
It's fun.
Exactly. And if it leads to something, that would be great and amazing. I'm not really pursuing it as more than anything but a hobby right now. But if it were to lead to something, I would definitely pursue it.
Do you have a short-term plan and a long-term plan that you have inside your mind that you want to achieve? In other words, where are you seeing yourself in the next 2 years? Where are you seeing yourself in the next 5 years?
By seeing myself in the next 2 years is just, the mortgage industry is my main job. And so I would say just really building that client base and that client retention, and being able to make connections with, real estate agents and title agents. And then within 5 years, I would like to not be searching for the business as much as having the reputation of being good at what I do and having people want me to be doing their business.
Do you see
for them.
yourself as doing loans for the rest of your life?
I do. I
Really?
do.
Wow,
I really enjoy
I was
it.
expecting a different answer.
No, I really enjoy doing it a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's really rewarding when you get to go to the closing and hand the person their keys. I love it.
I don't know. I'm going to give you some career advice, man, right here, right now, because I know that we're going to bring you back in about 2 years, and here you are, the host of some incredible show, and we're like, we told you so, and that's how it really.
Yeah.
That's where I see it, because you're bubbly, you have that energy, and yeah, while doing the loans, it's really good stuff. It can get you burned out, can it?
A lot of people do get burned out, but a lot of people
just burn out.
They
It's
do,
just tiring.
and the people that do burn out don't last in the industry. And I think it takes that bubbly and fun personality to be able to keep it fun and not make your hair turn gray and
Right.
fall out. And I think it really takes that positivity in order to be able to do it as a career.
What's the best advice you got?
Don't give up. I was very afraid to jump to the sales side because you lose, it's a commission-based position. And so surround yourself with a good support group and don't give up. That's definitely my advice.
No, the best advice that you got is that you got to go into the movies or into the TV world. That's the best advice you got
That's the
right
best
here, right now. And by the way, happy St. Patrick's Day again.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you.
O'Toole.
It's me.
There was a non-alcoholic beer. O'Toole.
O'Doul's
Oh,
is
O'Doul's.
the non-alcoholic beer.
Hey,
It's close.
how do you know this?
I don't know.
Just a random
It was
fact.
just a random
O'Doul,
fact.
I know
It's-
this.
Well, because it sounds like O'Toole, so O'Toole, I've heard of it.
You're too much, man. I appreciate it. You're gonna come back and let us know
Definitely.
how that coin. I'm just intrigued
You're
about
so
this whole.
he's sticking to the coin show.
I am sticking into the coin show. I still don't understand it, but I get it, but I don't understand it and the motivation of people to whatever. But this show is about you. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. With that, we're out.